Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, Part 2. My name is Susan LaCroix. I've been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! For 23 years, and along with my daughter, Julie Davison, we've been doing this for like 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years this coming June or July. So anyway, Julie unfortunately cannot be with me today, and I won't be able to film with her either. Our calendars are just colliding. So we decided that we should film separately this week. So anyway, hope you're all having a wonderful week. Today it's pretty warm here in Southeast Michigan, although overnight the temperatures are going to start to drop and we're going to get cold again. So, and I don't know how many of you were able to see the aurora borealis. We did not. I think there was too much light pollution where we live. Julie and her gang went out for a walk and took some phenomenal photos and sent them to everybody in the family. So let me know if you were able to catch the aurora borealis. I've seen them in the past further north, but not this time. I don't think we saw them the last time either. But anyway, so that's the other exciting news, except for Julie had another phenomenal year with Stampin' Up! And I know she's probably already announced this. I know she already has announced this, but she placed 20th in the United States. Out of all the tens of thousands of demonstrators in the United States, our Julie placed 20th. So her dad and I couldn't be more proud. She's phenomenal. So anyway, Julie, when you're watching, congratulations. We love you. All right, I'm going to switch to my desktop and we're going to go ahead and get started. So Julie and I decided that we would each pick something from the online exclusives because neither one of us has everything in there. So I have chosen to show you the on display bundle from the online exclusives that started in November. And so I'll show you the details of all of this, but it's kind of a fun little set. Although I will confess, it's quite tedious and quite time consuming because of all the little pieces. So if that's not your gig, then you may want to rethink any purchase of this. So then my next question to all of you is, how many of you have this? Do you like this bundle? So anyway, all right, so there it is on display. Let's look at it in detail. So here is the stamp set, 26 stamps. 26. That's a lot of stamps. It's got some fun, punny kind of greetings just for you. You're the best. Treat yourself. You deserve all the good stuff. You've been on my mind. Hello. And a birthday for the books, because there are books there too. So we have different leaf patterns. We have a cat, we have a bird cage, and some birds right there. Some flowers and leaves. The cat, it has a detailed stripe on there. You can do a globe, some colored glass bottles. So lots of fun things there. And then the dies. Oh, geez, I don't even know where my package is. There's a lot of dies. There's the big bookshelves. There's the bird cage, the globe, a bowl for flowers, books, the cat, this fern thing, which I think you can kind of make hanging down, and I didn't. I wish I had thought of that. Some more books that you can die cut, the top of the shelf. So lots of fun things. And this is a handle so that if you want to like make a drawer, you could put this handle on a drawer. So that's it. I mean, that's the whole kit and caboodle for this bundle. So, all right, let me bring out, well, let me show you. I only made one sample because, as I said, this is very tedious. So I did this, and I don't know if that's upside down or not. Now that I look at this, I wonder if it's upside down. I'll have to play with that some more. I only put one little bird in the bird cage and some of the colored glass and just the cat I did in gray. Um, so, and I use Basic Beige as my card thing. Huh. I'm still pondering about this now, but it should be okay. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. So I thought, okay, what can I do that's a little bit different if I'm just doing a bookshelf? Um, so what I'm doing and what I did, oh, no, I'll show you on this one. All right, so let me do this. Let me pull this out. I decided to do a Christmas card. So I pulled some other things to use for Christmas. I pulled the Christmas Tags and More Mix and Match Specialty Designer Series paper. And I also pulled the Time for Celebration and Good Times ephemera packs from the annual catalog. Because I wanted to have some um, just see what I could come up with some fun stuff there. So I forgot to mark these, so I will have the dimensions in um the um description. Okay. So I just pulled a bunch of different pieces from the items that I just showed you, and I went ahead and die cut, and I used the textured I'm using real red. Let me put this over here. I used the mildly or lightly textured cardstock, even though there's texture in the die itself when it cuts out, but I wanted the texture for the back of the shelf just to have a little interest there. All right. And so I'm going to fold this because I forgot to score it. And this is real red, by the way, 8.5 by 11, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And then the inside is a piece of that 6 by 6 paper from the annual catalog. This is my inside piece. So we'll go ahead and put that on the inside. So there's plenty of room to write a quick Christmas greeting and a note. Okay, and then this guy is gonna go. This is what I'm questioning. Does it go up here like so? Or does it go like so? Huh. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way just to see what it looks like. And I may change my mind before I get done doing this. All right. So playing around with this liquid glue, I found just it was kind of making a bit of a mess. Um, so what I did is I took some glue dots. And there's plenty of places to put the glue dots uh, in the corners. And then just kind of around the perimeter of this bookshelf, there are some um, like semicircle things that you can put a glue dot in. And if there is, and this is actually the bottom because these are the feet. So we can put some along the feet to help secure the bottom. And then kind of down the middle. Kind of handy that they've put these little built-in areas for the glue dots. Can't believe Thanksgiving is almost here. Earlier this week, I went grocery shopping and I bought our turkey. and most of the fixins to go with it. Now, Julie's husband, he likes to smoke turkeys, and he does he's got a rub that he puts on that is just absolutely wonderful. He's quite a good cook, is our Jim. And he likes to cook. And we like it that he likes to cook because we eat very well when we go there. Oh, shoot. No, no, come back here. All right. There's a couple more spots on here I can use. Some blue dots. Okay. So we're going to center this. Actually, I'm going to put this so that the feet are pretty much at the bottom of the card base. And so this is what I was questioning. If this should go, because you need to be a little careful. Um, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it this way after all. And so the other thing to point out to you is that the center of this card does not line up with the shelves. So if you, there's a little scrolly curly cue here. And so if you put one on either side, like so, then you can put that on there. Now, but before I do that, I want to pull, let's see which one. I think it's this guy here. Okay, that's it. And then what I want to do before I glue this on is put a greeting. And so I pulled out of this a Merry Christmas. And so I'm going to kind of put this down towards the bottom. This is part of the ephemera packs and things from the annual catalog. But this could be from it could be from the mini catalog. So I'm going to put this down towards the bottom because the top of the shelf is going to kind of hit that top of that. So I want the Merry Christmas to show. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one down first. I don't know if it matters too much. Let's see, the other guy has got, let me grab this guy. I'm just going to put the two top ones on before I put this on. Actually, I can probably just do it, put them all in. But I have found that if you put the inside pieces back first, then there we go. Let's start there. It's easier than to put the other pieces on. I have all these wonderful little pieces here. There we go. Okay, so we have all those lined up. We'll just go ahead and glue all of these on. Oh, I've already glued it. And you can, if you want, use a different color for the back of the shelves. I didn't do that, but you could. All right, let's see here. This has to be put on. All right. So I have our Merry Christmas on, and I think I'm going to put these little like mistletoe fairy things here. Okay. And then I punched out this little cardinal. And then in this spot right here, I have this piece of gingham, and it's a one of the 6x6 pieces from the tags and more. So we're good. And basically the colors are garden green, real red, and basic white. Okay, let's see. Let's put this thing right here. And I've got this little Christmas stocking that we're going to put here. So let's get a couple of dimensionals out. You could do, an Easter shelf. You could do Valentine's Day, birthday. You can, do any number of holidays. But I got Christmas on my mind right now, with that being the next, after Thanksgiving, the next major uh, holiday. So, ooh, did this not get put to, aha, there we go. I was wondering why that was sliding around. I have found it easier to put the white backings, the white piece that fits in here on before you add anything else to it. Okay, I think they're all down now. All right. So then here I have this little Christmas tree. Oh, and I need to get my blend back out, because I did color in the star. This one I did not pop up. So the tree is going to come right. Oh, actually, I need to trim some of this off. So let me do that now. And then in the center, or the piece right here, this little guy, I have a couple little presents. And I grabbed, because I wasn't sure if I wanted green or white. You know what? Let's cut this down and have a little green present. There's a lot of red on this card. So just trim this down here. This guy out of the way. Okay. And I'm putting a little bit of snail or seal on here. We're going to put this one here. And then I think for this other little piece, I tried it with a little mini dimensional and I really didn't like it. But I think a glue dot will just add a wee bit of dimension. For that area there. And then for this area right here, I've got this foliage, but I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to trim like right. Angle this a wee bit here. All right, so for this piece here, I want this. This is just popped right out of one of the packets. And so I'm going to, you know what, let me do this because I didn't measure this like I should have. So I'm just going to make a little fold there, and then I can just cut this. That this comes right here. So we'll add a little seal to this piece. And just try to line it up right there. So we have this little banner, which is now crooked. All right. And then I brought out this little ornament. Let's do it this way. And we have one more piece, and that's this guy, From Our House to Yours. So the banner cuts on this are just overhanging just a bit too much for my liking. So I just cut the banner ends off. And then we'll just put this right here. And I'm going to bring out my little, my minis are out here. And we're going to just put a few of those on there to pop this up a little bit. Even though it's got some self-adhesive on it. Oh, you're seeing my pile of garbage here. That's not cool. We'll just get that out of the way. All right. So from our house to yours. Okay, so now for the top of our shelving unit, and I am going to go ahead and put it on here. And as I mentioned, I don't know if you can see this very well, but there's some little, oops, a little bit too much there. There's these little scrolly curly Q things, and that's what I'm going to line up on the corners. And so I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put some, this is going to probably sound strange. I'm going to put a couple glue dots on the little scrolls. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on either side of this little hole. And I'm going to just line that up right in the corner of the shelving unit, making sure that I'm not going off the page there. Okay, so now the top of our shelf is on. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do, I wish they had this, thicker one in green. See, if Julie were here, I'd ask her what she would like. So I'm going to ask you guys, not that you're going to be able to affect my decision in the end, but so there's a green bow and then there's a red bow. I was hoping for a small wreath that would fit here, but the wreaths that I saw were too big. And I see my shelving unit's a little crooked, so I'll have to fix that. I'm going to stick with the red on this one. Here we go. And then I'm going to have to see if I can fix this. Because here it is with the green. And here it is with the red. See, I'm liking the green. Sorry, guys. I like the green. Okay. And so I'm going to put a little glue dot. And I'm going to kind of roll it up on here because the glue dot will be too big. Okay, kind of roll it a little bit. Stick it here. And tuck it underneath. Put it right in that hole. There we go. All right, so I'm going to see. Oh, this might be too tough. I'm going to have to send Julie this one, I think, because that one's a little more even. I don't know how I missed that. All right, let's add a little sparkle. And I'm bringing out these glitter traditional sparkling sequins that is in one of the other suites. And I used some red sequins. So I'm going to get a medium one, I think, right for the center of the bow. And I put another one right down here by the stocking. And I put another one like with is another berry here. So I think I'm going to keep it there. Do I want to put it somewhere else? Actually, I'm going to keep it there. So I'm going to grab one of these little ones and just add it as another berry. So there it is. That one's the better one. This is the one going to Julie. So kind of a fun little card, but it is fussy. I will tell you, it is fussy. All right, I'm going to turn my camera back around to me and give you one more look. Here it is. And then to show you again the one that I used where I did a lot of stamping and die cutting with a hello. But this is the holiday. This is the holiday one with Merry Christmas and from our house to your house. All right. Well, that is it for me today. I am so appreciative of you tuning in and watching. And Jules, sorry we couldn't make it work this week to stamp together, but hopefully next week we'll have to work really hard at that. But it depends on schedules and calendars. So, all right. I think that's it. If you like this card, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And Julie always says, don't forget to sign up for our channel so you never miss an episode of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. All right, everybody. Until next Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful week, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.